Motherfucking Adpocalypse again? What the fuck? Can we stop? Can we really fucking stop? It's getting out of control. We need to fucking stop this shit. Well, in case you've been asleep or something for the past couple fucking weeks, you'll know that we lost some more advertisers on YouTube. Fortunately, it wasn't because of the word fuck or shit or any of that other stuff. It's because some people were exploiting the search algorithm to provide questionable content to children, and of course exploiting their own children for YouTube views and hence ad revenue. I'm really fucking getting tired of this shit. I really am. I've started up the Patreon thing to help support the channel. I'm looking at other things I can do that, if ad revenue goes away entirely, that I can, fix. It's weird. I was just watching H3, and they're kind of making fun of this whole thing, and they were going through a video with like a cook that's cooks naked. It's like naked cooking class or some shit where she shows you how to make a fucking cheese sandwich with her tits hanging out and her ass fucking all hanging out and shit, and then blurs it kind of like Naked and Afraid, as if somehow, and it's lightly blurred, not as heavily. Like a Naked and Afraid, it looks, they look almost, androgynous or whatever. There's just, it's all blurred out and you can't see nothing. Well, this is blurred just enough. What channel is that again? In this day and age of butthurt, advertisers aren't wanting anything to do with content because of all of the media-driven anger and upsetness and activism that's going on in the world. And, it's a questionable, especially if you're starting out like I am to do this for a living, it's questionable on how, it's going to be going forward. Can I count that the ad revenue is going to be there? I'm putting in shit tons of extra work, making, a couple bucks an hour at best for the amount of work I'm doing. I know that I'm investing sweat equity into something that could grow into a sustainable full-time income for me, and I'm still working hard on that, but it's a pain in the ass when you don't know if your ad revenue is going to drop or not because of other people and their bullshit. Now some would say, but because I swear, I fucking should be demonetized or what have you. However, I have not been hit with that. I do know I do not fall in that premium fucking tier. You will not see any major brands advertising, at least I don't think. I've never seen them on my channel. I see a lot of health and diet and, supplements and that kind of shit and other YouTube stuff and stuff that's tailored toward the stuff I search for a lot. And I think ultimately, that should be the advertiser's concern, is not whether or not, the video content that someone is watching is offensive to them, or some other person. It should be, we all know that Google and all of that is fucking listening to us. It's using that to drive what kind of ads we see when we watch a fucking video. So it shouldn't matter what video we're watching. Now granted, the videos that they're talking about with the exploiting kids need to fucking go away. That's bullshit. But it shouldn't matter what video we're fucking watching, alright? Because you already know, what... in effect, you'd be controlling what we're watching that way. That shouldn't be the case. You should advertise your shit to me no matter what fucking video I'm watching, because I'm watching video on YouTube, on the platform. YouTube being connected to the biggest fucking search engine with the most data on everyone in fucking history. Google knows Everything. It knows where you shit. It knows where you are right now. It knows where you were 10 minutes ago. It has an entire history database of every fucking commercial business you've visited. It knows all the websites you've done. It knows all your searches. And the ads that you see pop up all over the fucking place, not just on YouTube, but on AdSense and all the web, are tailored to your habits, not your viewing necessarily, although that is also tracked. So that's why it's kind of pissing me off that this whole thing is becoming, where we're using ads and taking ad revenue away to stifle content that is questionable, that's on that gray line. I don't mind you taking out the content that is overtly bad. Like people killing people and people advocating hate speech and all of that shit. Fine. Take them off the platform. But what's happening is people like us that are in that, might be offensive to some motherfuckers, but other motherfuckers are okay with us saying motherfucker and motherfucking shit. And there's an audience in that area who likes watching content that doesn't hold back in that department. I mean, you'd kill comedy, you'd kill current events, with the whole, thou shalt not talk about current events and controversial subjects shit. That's freedom of speech right there. And I would pose to the advertisers, if you are looking to advertise with people, you shouldn't really try and gear, we don't want our brand to be associated with such and such and so and so. We should be worried, will we be seen, if you are advertising? Will your content be seen by a lot of fucking people who are likely to purchase your shit? And you've got all the data in the world to figure that shit out. So you shouldn't be able to shut down channels like you do on fucking mainstream television, by the way, and we see what that's resulted in: incredibly biased coverage, incredibly, commercially driven health advice, and other things. There's all kinds of shit that's resulted when you give advertisers power over creators. And YouTube has always been like a bastion for creators to do their thing. And now advertisers are trying to use that money, that dollar sign, to tug away the content that they don't agree with or they don't like. Now, there are channels that I do believe should be policed because they have victims. The victims being people who are exploited or, things that can cause severe damage to people. These are channels that need to be taken away, And I understand the not wanting YouTube to become a porn hub, and so you obviously don't want sex and that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of questionable shit. Like, I was watching the H3H3 fucking rip on this fucking naked video, and right in the middle of saying something about titty fucking, literally, in the fucking videos, there was a song about titty fucking, and he actually said the words titty fucking, and then right after he said titty fucking, the goddamn commercial came on. I forget what the commercial was, but I was dying. I was like, yes! One win for the freedom of speech. There's an advertiser who gives no fucks about the word fuck or tits or anything else that they want to fucking talk about. And, when you let advertisers, control creators, if you just don't react, the advertisers are going to come back. And if they don't, then they're missing out on a market share. If you got a YouTuber with millions and millions of views, you should be happy that you're getting that exposure, And yeah, it's up to the advertisers whether or not they want. It's a business decision on their part. But what I'm afraid YouTube is going to do is have a heavy hand on this and smack down creators, And I don't think that's the right fucking approach to this. Obviously if someone's violating grossly, the terms of service, then yes, lay down the axe. But in the past, during these adpocalypses, There have been people who haven't been controversial at all getting hit because of the learning algorithm shit. And, I would be happy if we went away from ad based, period. I think YouTube should shift focus. They haven't been profitable on this ad based thing, mainly because they reinvest a lot. I think that they should shift over to, crowdfunding. Super Chat works pretty good. It's very profitable. Why do you think so many YouTubers go live all the time? I have YouTuber after YouTuber that I subscribe to, and they're up there doing live shows, sometimes daily. All to get, not for the ad revenue. The ad revenue is shit oftentimes. There's videos where I get $10 and I put fucking 6 hours into that video, both research and filming. We waste our time when that happens. Now we're trying to build, more audience, so we leave that video out there and then maybe make a shittier video that goes viral at some point. You never know when a video's gonna fucking hit or when it's gonna be a dud. That's part of the experience of creating. I think YouTube could become way more profitable if they followed like an Amazon Prime, Netflix model. Now I know they're trying that with YouTube Red, but they don't seem like they put a lot of effort in that. They haven't gone out to find, make deals with creators, because YouTube has access to all of these creators, and if these creators they have access to show talent, they could invest in them. Give them a budget so that they could upgrade their gear, hire new people, do all of that, and then charge based on, who's viewing. YouTube Red doesn't take off because everybody can still go and look at shit for free. What if all of YouTube was a subscription base? Would you still watch it? I know I would. I'd sign right up. I'm a subscriber to Netflix. There's a lot of shit on Netflix I like to watch. I would be more than happy if I had no other choice to come onto YouTube and pay. Right now I choose to support via, because I'm broke as fuck, watching the ads. And I let them play all the way through. I don't hit the skip ad button, or I don't have an ad blocker or any of that shit. And occasionally I see an ad that I'm interested in and I click it. That's rare, but it happens. And that's my payment on my time to sit there and watch the ads, and it's trying to encourage advertisers to stay and help support creators. But this constant turmoil with the ad revenue is just fucking driving me nuts, and I'm sure a lot of other creators are feeling this. And I've had comments. They're like, dude, you sure you want to quit trucking, dickhead? Because guess what? Another Adpocalypse. We lost 3 more advertisers. I believe we lost Adidas. I forget the other 2. My personal channel has not been affected by this latest Adpocalypse yet. I am getting the same ad revenue today that I did last week and that I did the week before, and it does inch up with each new video. That's to be expected. But, at the same time, this constant turmoil of fucking, Adpocalypse after, channels deleted, demonetization, yellow fucking icons and shit, which I still get. There's videos that, I've delayed posting until that fucking yellow icon goes away. And if I've toyed with other ideas. One of the ideas that I'm currently thinking of is providing my producers early access to videos while I wait for that fucking yellow icon to go away. And to reward people who are contributing to the channel by allowing them to get first crack at new videos. And that's in the pipeline. I'm probably going to roll with that. Let me know what you think in the description of that idea. You still get to see them eventually for free if you're on YouTube watching ads. But I think the people that are directly supporting me, given all of the iffiness and all of the turmoil, should have first crack at new content. They can get on the comments first. They can interact first. They can see it, and let me know if something's wrong or whatever, And that's kind of where I'm going with the producers on Patreon. I'm thinking of targeting anybody that's paying $10 or more a month. to allow them to have first crack at new content, whereas they'll get to watch it before I put ads on it, before I place it on the main channel. That's where I'm ultimately thinking of going for this, so that people who are in a hurry and really hungry for content and have the means by which to consume it can get it. And, everybody else that just wants to watch the ad revenue shit, they'll get it, a little later. Sometimes 3 or 4 days. I don't know. It depends on how long that little yellow icon is. I've seen that yellow icon stick around for a week before it turns back green. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I don't know if it's the learning algorithm figuring out whether or not the word fuck is monetizable. But ultimately, I know my channel is in that little category that I'm not going to get the premium ads. I'm going to get, the advertisers that are comfortable advertising based on views and whoever is getting traffic without so much policing my content and whether or not I say fuck. And we've been over this. I flow this way. I like being able to talk the way I talk. And it allows my brain the freedom to concentrate on the knowledge I'm trying to deliver or the thoughts that I'm trying to share. So, if I were YouTube, like I said, I would transition into a subscription-only model with different tiers and levels of subscription. I know they tried to do add the TV channels, and I think you can still do that. Have premium tier. You can even still do ad revenues. I think, doesn't Hulu at the lower tiers, like you could have like a $4 a month tier that you still have to watch some ads, or something like that. Have a tier that's, a couple bucks, that's not too expensive, that runs some limited ads. Not as many ads as we get today, but, pick and choose, and then pay the creators their normal percentage that you've been paying for the ad revenue based on the income from the subscription. And you know what? I think the amount of people that watch YouTube, it might drop slightly going to a, subscription-based, service. I think if you didn't mess with the content and the quality and the ability and the freedom of people to come here and make creative videos and share their opinions. There's a lot of people who have opinions I don't agree with, but I don't agree with shutting all of those opinions down. Even the controversial ones that are talking about current events, that the mainstream media is pounding the fuck out of. But yet we here on YouTube can't do it without advertising. I don't see any fucking advertisers pulling out of mainstream media and fucking cable news, and they're talking shit all the time that offends and pisses me off. That's, it's the, whenever they talk health, I'm triggered because they're telling people the same shit over and over again, and it's all to feed the coffers of their advertisers who advertise on their channel. And I would contend that because those advertisers have a little bit of control over their content, that they're going to fucking exercise that power and keep you from hearing the true opinions of people. So, it is what it is. We need to really think about this in the future, We need to consider the ad revenue model for YouTube. That's my thoughts. This is my opinion. I don't know. Maybe this will piss somebody off at YouTube and end my career. I don't know. Could happen. I'm not, worried about it. I will continue in another platform if something happens on this one. It is what it is. I'll do the best I can. In the meantime, I'm not skipping a beat. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to cry if I lose my ad rev. Well, I might cry a little. I might be a little pissed off and triggered if they pull the ad revenue entirely. And, I'll vent, but I'll probably keep doing this. And, like I said, I'd probably have to supplement with other income streams to get, to continue to make videos on a regular basis. So there's that. So Anyways, this is the last video for this week. I will try and do a live stream on Sunday. I don't have a time yet. It'll probably be in the afternoonish, noonish-ish and shit. I'm still experimenting with this blue screen. I got a completely different setup. It took me a fucking hour and a half to set up this Nikon to make this film. I got it in a different section. I'm standing now. I got rid of the fucking chair so that I could shrink, myself and, show more background or less background appropriately. That's kind of an experiment I'm doing. It took me a while to set up, but now that I think I've got it dialed in, we'll see how it works out in editing. If you see a lot of problems with this background or you see noise. Like right here, I'm noticing that there's some paint scuffs that I probably need to be touched up at some point. And up here, there's a fucking nail that I didn't pull out that I probably need to pull out and fix. So there's always that. I can garbage mat that shit out, I guess. But so I'm working more on production. I've also got 2 3D projects rendering for some graphics for this the channel. So I'm working still on the production upgrade for this channel. I don't know why. I might lose my fucking ad revenue and it'll all be for nothing. But it'll also allow me to have video production skills, which could transition into freelance videography at some point. So I'm working on my video filming skills so that maybe my videos won't be as much of a pile of shit as they've been over the years and shit. But this is my main filming camera. The problem I've been having with this, the A6300, is motherfucker shuts off after 20 minutes overheating, and I have to stop filming and take a 10 to 15 minute break, and then maybe I can squeeze another 15 minutes out of it before I have to take a slightly longer break of 20 minutes just for this to cool off. So this is a lot easier to set up because it connects wirelessly to my phone, whereas right now I have a TV set up hooked to this so that I could frame up and focus filming myself. It's a little less complicated if I was filming somebody else. But that's where I'm at with what I've been working on and what I'll be working on. So enjoy. I did pump out a decent amount of videos this week, so yay. I still got to finish my photography work though. But remember, I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. And I really hope YouTube, stops this and communicates with us and doesn't get too heavy-handed with who they shut down and who they demonetize and who they censor by removing them from search algorithms. If it gets out of hand, I'm worried about this going forward as a career, and who knows? If that happens, then I will look elsewhere. I'm not going to cry and think this is the end of the world if that happens. I have other talents, other abilities to make money from home. I'm a photographer. I'm studying 3D graphics again. I'm learning video production. So I'm making myself marketable to other avenues. All of these abilities can lend themselves to this channel, so that's kind of synergistic in preparing for if this doesn't work out. But overall, right now, it's working out. I'm getting good contributions from my patrons on Patreon. I'm getting decent enough ad revenue on, the videos I have produced. The subscriptions have been steadily growing. I'm okay with, YouTube. If YouTube left me where I'm at right now, as far as the ads that run and everything else, I can make a living at this. And I can provide a lot of content and research to back up that content. Because I can afford to take the time necessary to do so. I was going to run Uber today, and I sat here and I thought I need to get this dialed in more. I need to get my last video filmed, and I'm still going to run Uber after this to bring in a little more cash, but eventually I want to not have to do that, and I'm hoping that this Adpocalypse bullshit stops. I'm hoping that advertisers realize that their ads are running to people based on their own interests and searches and, what's captured through the voice recognition shit that's always running on our phones, and, that there's a lot more that goes into where the ads are placed than the content that they're so worried about having their ads placed on. I can understand trying to limit, and you can, it's not hard to limit as an advertiser. I'm sure there's like keyword libraries that you can rule out from your ads appearing on. I don't know what's so hard about this. Google can target audiences with specific ads. You as advertisers, I would think, could have the option to not purchase certain keywords or to filter out certain keywords on videos that you won't advertise on. So what I think should have happened with this latest apocalypse is that maybe they should have went to the keywords that those ads were run on. Most of these were children's videos, and just said, I don't want my ads on those videos. And just said videos with Elsa or, Spider-Man. Nope. Too many, kid videos. We're going to take our ad revenue away from those channels because they're exploiting kids and they're doing this and that. And you just keyword the shit. It's like a keyword filter of videos you don't want your ads to run on. I'd be all for that. Do it. And I'm sure I would get hit with that. There'd be people, advertisers be like, and I think I already am, I'm not going to run my video on non-advertiser friendly word fuck yous and motherfuckers. Okay, fine. Get it over with already. Let it fall and see if we as new up and coming YouTubers can still be profitable coming up and still make a living at this. And if we can't, we can't. And that's the price we pay for that fucking censorship that you guys are pretty much going to put on us because you might not like the content that your ads are run on. I myself think that's a bad business model. I think, nobody is going to boycott your product if it's a good product because you ran your shit on a video that says fuck or something that's talking about current events or a comedian that's being a little controversial. And in this butthurt, politically correct fucking society that's slowly destroying creativity in the process, and silencing people and stifling people and ruining people's lives and destroying people that, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all say dumb shit. We all fucking offend people every now and then. Does that mean that we don't deserve to live? We don't deserve to have things. We don't deserve to have a job. We don't deserve to do anything, that we should be punished and stomped out of existence as a result? Is all, some of the shit that people are being persecuted for, lately is just crazy. It's just, it's some people have made mistakes in their past that are bad mistakes that they're getting punished the rest of their life for. Without even going to court, without even, what happened to having to be proven guilty in a court of law? No, the court of media is going on now. If you're guilty in the eyes of the mainstream media, then you're going to have your life ruined. That's where it is. Anyways, I kind of strayed a little bit on my trigger in there. Let me know what you think of this off-topic video. I did this mainly because I've gotten requests to talk about other shit in videos other than fasting, other than minimalism. That's my main thing. But I'm tossing around the idea of sprinkling in every now and then a video on me getting triggered by other shit that's going on in the world. We'll see. Because then I'd be treading that line of talking about controversial shit. I don't want to do political videos, so don't even ask. I don't want to, I'm more about what's going on with our lifestyle choices and our social choices than I am, with political parties and the government. Because quite frankly, I think both sides of that argument have strayed and have been bought off in a lot of cases by special interests. So I kind of am not big on politics for that reason. I used to be, and I'm not anymore. I definitely have stepped back. I don't listen to political commentary. I'm not watching the news to find out what Trump did today. I'm not looking to see what senators doing what. In my book, most of them have taken bad money for their campaigns and are not doing the right things and making the right laws and policies because of the money that was contributed to them to get elected and that they need to get elected again. That's my opinion on that. Didn't I say, I'm not an expert, just an asshole at some point, and, wasn't I going to end this shit? See, that's what happens when I get to film without the camera overheating. I no longer feel pressured to be under a half hour. Anyways, that's it for this week. Have a nice motherfucking day. And shit.